Let's see what's on. Happy Thanksgiving, buddy.
Hey everybody, I'm Jesus, and welcome back to another edition of Thankful for Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed our episode so far. And today we're going to be focused on a TV show that was an 80s staple in TGIF in the 80s and 90s, and was a staple for a lot of us growing up, us millennials, Gen Xers, and whatnot. And that show is Full House. Full House is a show that stars Danny Tanner. Sorry, the character's named Danny Tanner. It's Bob Saget. Bob Saget, Uncle Jesse, who's John Stamos, and Joey, DJ Stephanie is the character's name. But it revolves around a single dad whose wife passed away in a car accident, and he's raising his three single daughters, DJ, Stephanie, and Michelle, and Jesse, who is the brother-in-law. So it's his sister's the one that passed away. Uncle Jesse comes in live with them, and then Danny's best friend Joey comes in live with them. And it's just the simple 90s fun comedy of the three guys raising the girls and all the shenanigans that go on with that. But the episode that we're going to focus on today is called The Miracle of Thanksgiving. It's from the first episode, or sorry, not the first episode, the first season of Full House, and they're kind of still trying to find their footing and kind of figuring things out. I think it's maybe the fourth or fifth episode, and I think it's like I said, they're still trying to find a footing. You kind of know who Uncle Jesse is, kind of the rock star, younger one. Bob Saget, Danny is kind of the role follower, and Joey's the class clown. And Michelle's obviously the middle goofy one. Stephanie's the middle goofy one. Michelle's the baby, and there's the baby antics, and DJ's the oldest trying to hold everything together. But what makes this episode great is that it's the first Thanksgiving without Pam, which is Danny's wife that passed away, and the three girls' mom. And we kind of just see how they really want to make it special because within the show, it's the first season, so Pam is never really seen kind of, but I think she's seen on a video or a flashback in one of the episodes, but very rarely. But you've heard of her, you know why. It's explained in the first few episodes, but it's a very big thing because it's kind of known that Pam had died within that year. So this is the first Thanksgiving that the kids, the girls, and Danny and Jesse and Joey are going to have without Pam. So they want to make it a big special one. And so the grandparents can't come in because they're snowed in or something, because they were going to come and help and kind of, Thanksgiving, it's family and community and cooking. And this is the 80s, 90s, more traditional roles in the sense where, not to say that women don't cook Thanksgiving dinner, or men don't, but it's traditionally women are in the kitchen, men are playing football or hanging out, but men could cook too. It's not that, but this is just how it was. So the grandma and grandpa can't make it, so it's Danny and the boys trying to do Thanksgiving dinner with DJ and Michelle and everything. And kind of, it's very simple. There's a little dance sequence or some oldies, or as I called oldies at the time. It's a very simple, sweet, cute episode. These are the things about when I do reviews about the 80s TV shows or 80s holiday specials for Christmas or Thanksgiving. A lot of their shows are very it's very simple. There's certain antics or certain things that happen. Maybe a series of unfortunate events that happen, but there's not a lot of shenanigans or antics. But like I said, the whole thing revolves around that. They want to make it a special Thanksgiving for the girls because their mom passed away within that year. And it's the first Thanksgiving. So they make all this food and everything is going great. They're dancing. Everything's going according to plan. And then, of course, the turkey isn't cooked right. Michelle accidentally drops the pie. They burn something else. And so all these things happen. And it's kind of cute on how they try to it shows the disaster of them being we ruined Thanksgiving because mom's not here or whatever, which kind of tugs at your heartstrings. And then Danny has the Danny Tanner moment where he's talking to his girls and everything. And there's a good moment in the episode, which is it's still, like I said, it's fairly new in the show's history because it's a few episodes in, and Joey's or Uncle Jesse is talking to the girls about this and telling them about his sister Pam that passed away, and cheering up the girls and Stephanie. And then Danny goes in there and he's He's like, oh, I totally forgot that this is probably hard for you too, Jesse. And it's funny because I never really like thought about that. Like when I watched the show, I was like, well, why would it be hard for him? I was like, he's an adult, which is weird because as a kid, you just think like, yeah, like it's hard for kids like when you lose someone. But like looking at it now, it's like, oh yeah, like he lost his sister, and it's shown fairly early and within the whole series that he was really close to her. He was like, she was his older sister, so he was the little brother. But it shows that he cared about her and kind of like Danny saying like, Uncle Jesse's always been cool and tough and whatever. And it just shows like the emotional heartstrings of that. But that's pretty much the episode. It's really simple and it's really just a sweet episode for Thanksgiving. Like I said, it was part of the TGIF lineup and it kind of got you in that Thanksgiving mood. But definitely simpler times of just Thanksgiving, family cooking with a lot of heartstrings and comedy pulled in. So anyways, for this Thankful for Thanksgiving, check out Full House's Miracle of Thanksgiving. All right. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.